Hello, everybody. Welcome to Duo Planet, the YouTube channel where we talk all things media. I'm one of your hosts, Azteral. I'm joined, as
Um,
always, by Jordan.
everybody.
And today we have the continuation of the third season, the final season of The Bad Batch. We had a double last week. We had Infiltration and Extraction. We got to see more of the Shadow. This week we have episode 8, Bad Territory, where the Bad Batch are desperate for intel on the M count, and so they track down a dangerous bounty hunter. We find out that is Fennec Shand. Yeah, so episode 8, summary, recap. Um, Omega Crosshair spend the episode trying to figure out what's wrong with his hand and if it can be healed. We find out it's not medical in nature, but perhaps mental. We get to see the pirate lady. I think it's either Fee or Thea. I can't remember how they pronounce it. But we get to see the pirate lady. And she's the one that sort of pushes them towards Fennec Shand, so Hunter and Wrecker go to meet her. Obviously, not that simple. Fennec doesn't have the information that they want, so to buy her services, because they don't have the amount of credits needed to buy it, they have to help her with a bounty. We go to Planet Florida, as I'm calling it, because we actually don't. I don't think we get to know what the planet's called. I call it Planet Florida because it's a bunch of swamps plus there's crocodiles. Um, Throughout the episode, the question is, can you trust Fennec? The answer is probably not. There's a couple of traps set for them to get through, and they're hunting a sort of like a praying mantis stick bug thing. And obviously, doesn't go to plan entirely. They have to fight off a couple of crocodiles. The fight with the praying mantis thing goes about as well as you expect. They capture him. Fennec says that she doesn't have the information on her, so she'll be in touch. And then the episode ends with Fennec contacting a mysterious person on a holo communicator. We don't get to see the person or even really hear the person. We hear sort of muffled, uh, like Marok speech. If you remember what Marok sounds like from Ahsoka, it's sort of like that. I'm pretty sure it's a Sarge Ventress or Cad Bane, one or the other. But yeah, we are just over halfway through season 3, so we've got a pretty good idea on what's going on now. We're not swimming around in the dark waiting for stuff to happen.
Yep.
Um, Funnily enough, this episode on IMDb, with only 43 reviews, only has a 7.4, which I think means people aren't liking it very much.
Yeah, people probably think it's filler.
But what did you think of the episode, John?
I think it were really good. I think there was definitely stuff that um uh went really well. I think overall, like the entire episode was really fun. As you said, fucking Florida, like crocodile creatures and shit like that. Then there was the whatever he was, the praying mantis guy.
I don't think
Uh,
I've ever seen his species before.
yeah, same. I think overall the entire episode was really fun. Uh, it's nice now and then to get a little bit of a break from, the usual things that we get in the episodes. It's cool to have a little bit of a break. Uh, from the overall story, really. And yeah, I think it definitely was done really well. And um, Wrecker showing himself to be a massive, force, and then getting knocked out by probably something that didn't seem that strong, but kind of was. What about you?
Well, I'm a massive Fennec Shand fan. In fact, Fennec's probably one of my favorite parts to come from The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. And obviously, Ming Na Wen does phenomenal as always as her voice. Um, she's just a badass.
It really is.
I will say that I do think that the Omega Crosshair storyline, while wholesome, feels a little bit fillery. It's like they don't know what to do with the characters, and instead of just having them be off screen, they're trying to put them in as much as possible.
Yeah.
D. Bradley Baker, however, does amazing as the voices as always.
He always
Especially
finds a
Crosshair.
way. He always finds a way to, I think, make them sound unique,
Yeah,
while also having that little bit of cloning them. So like the clones do sound the same, but on the other hand, they don't. They've
yeah.
all got their own unique voice.
Even like the regs have all got sort of a different voice, and it's impressive that he's able to get such a similar sounding voice so different.
Yeah.
I think the story of this episode is set up. I don't think it's filler. I think it's set up. I think the point of this episode wasn't, oh, let's go on a cool bounty hunt, or oh, let's distract people from what's going on. It were, oh, we're going to set up a Sarge Ventress how she deserves to be set up.
Yeah,
And
basically.
if she appears next episode, that'll be great. If she doesn't appear next episode, that'll also be great because that means she might appear in the double that we have the week after.
Possibly.
The further we get into the season, the more convinced I am that episode 12, which is titled Juggernaut, is gonna have Vader in it.
Yeah, the more I see, I feel like Juggernaut just explains Vader too much.
Yeah. Especially considering like every single title this season has had like a meaning to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this episode was very good. It's definitely a 6 out of 10 compared to the others.
I'm
But
gonna
overall,
agree.
I would say that this season so far, probably a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah. I completely agree
We're
with that.
halfway through. I think it's fair to give a semi-way through thing, because then we can see how our opinion differs, or if it stays the same
Yeah.
after the rest of the episodes. But yeah, 8.5 for the half season so far. About a 6 for this episode. But yeah, do you have any other comments on episode 8
No,
of the
I
Bad
think
Batch?
you've said it all really.
Well, we will sign off. I'm one of your hosts, Azteral.
I'm your Slasher.
Remember to keep watching all things media, and we'll see you next week. May the force be with you, always.
Whenever we followed orders.
We get 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them.
It's over, Anakin!